Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of What is the Point Of? Today we'll be taking a look at an upcoming indie game that's been making some traction lately on indie game sites like GameJolt.com, a game known as The Day We Left. Without further ado, let's get into it. The Day We Left is a point-and-click narrative-driven game where you, the player, take control of a family of Syrian refugees looking to escape their country in pursuit of a better life. But first you have to make it out of Syria, and to do so, manage your supplies, and work together to stay one step ahead of the Syrian government. The game starts out with the family standing by their broken down car. You have to decide how best to handle this situation, while conflicts within the group begin to rise. The game presents varying dialogue choices, similar to what you would see in other games like Life is Strange. Depending on how you choose to interact with the other characters, this could have either a positive or adverse effect on their relationship with you. You could choose to be a firm, harsh leader, focused on the objective, while at the same time losing the respect of your family, thus leading to more conflicts in the future. Or, alternatively, you can prioritize maintaining positive relationships with the rest of the family, which likewise has its benefits and drawbacks. You will encounter various obstacles in your way over time, such as in the first instance, you must make your way past a security standpoint. In that situation, you know that the government officials may try to take your eldest son, as he is old enough to be drafted. As the group leader, you must think of a way to bypass the situation. What will you try to do? Will you try to rush the guards head on? Will you try to deceive them into thinking your son is mentally ill? Will you try to dress him up as a woman? What will you do? This security checkpoint is only one of many different kinds of challenges you'll have to overcome. Every night, you have to decide how much food your group will consume that night. While there yet doesn't seem to be an inventory system, or other means of displaying your food supply, you do have the option to give your group a lot of food, a modest amount of food, or a small amount of food. I'm assuming as the game continues to develop, we'll see more expansions to the food system, such as actually displaying how much food you actually have. The Day We Left is currently in a state of early alpha, meaning a lot of the development for the game has not yet been completed. Much of the game is still being actively developed. Many elements, such as voice acting, sound effects, soundtrack, and meaningful story, have not yet been added. The world of The Day We Left stands out apart from other similar games with its unique art style. The low polygon scenery makes each moment sparkle in its own unique way. As a 22-year-old gamer myself, I've been finding lately that as I get older, I've become more open to alternate forms of storytelling, different styles that challenge not only how we view storytelling, but also how we view ourselves. I know some people out there will just roll their eyes hearing me say that, wondering why are you wasting your time showing us some indie game that's not even finished yet. Hear me out for a moment. The reason I find The Day We Left so interesting is that it does such a great job of not only drawing the gaming community's attention towards the Syrian refugee crisis, but with it, a different perspective on controversial issues such as border patrols and immigration as a whole. I think many of us in this day and age, especially here in the US, forget our origins as a country. I myself am a mix of Irish and Italian descent. My grandparents, as children, came over to the United States by boat shortly after World War II, and went on to raise their families here in the US, in the hopes that they and their children could have a better standard of living than they had in their own countries. As a result, I have a lot of respect for that heritage and the American dream. The dream that we, as a country, can come together to embrace people of all different races, religions, and cultures. I think these days, many modern Americans often forget the simple truth, that all of us are immigrants, whether directly or by descent. We didn't come here to destroy other people's way of life. We came here, as we continue to come here, to build a better life for ourselves and those closest to us that we care about. I think this idea of freedom in the pursuit of a better life is something that transcends just American politics. It's a human right, and as so, it's an issue that's always worth discussing. I don't generally go out of my way to discuss politics when it comes to video games, but with some cases like this, if it helps us all potentially get to a better place, together, as a community, it's worth it to me. The Day We Left is currently up on Kickstarter. Currently, the game has raised just short of $5,000, with the Kickstarter page hoping to eventually raise a total of over $22,000. Since this game is in very early alpha, this video was created as a first impressions video, rather than a finalized review. If this game ever makes it to Steam in a final form, I may possibly release a follow-up video, containing my full thoughts on it, including a final review score. In the meantime though, I do recommend you give this game a look. In its current state, the game is very rough and unfinished. The gameplay is more of a tech demo, to show the player a rough idea of where the game could be headed, assuming they're able to meet their funding goal and proceed with development as planned. That's it though for this review. If you enjoyed this video, please do give this video a like, and tell me in the comments, do you think it's right for video games to have a political agenda? Or, alternatively, do you think video games should stay out of politics altogether? I'll be curious to hear your thoughts in the comments below this video. If I see any particularly good ones, I may include it in a future discussion video. If you like these kind of review videos and want to see new ones in the future, please consider showing your support by subscribing to my channel here on YouTube. This has been WarriorDan. I bid you all the best of days and all the happiness in the world. With any luck, I'll see you all again very, very soon. For now, this is WarriorDan signing out. Peace out. Have an awesome day.